Oh, up here we go. Peace, what did you say? Let peace begin with me. I love it. So, I asked what I can say this morning, but I just sort of asked the universe, and this is what came. Breakthrough. How many beautiful heartfelt wishes have been crushed by fear? How many times has society's voice disapproval cast a shadow on your dreams? It is time to break free from these false beliefs and realize your dreams. Allow your heart to guide you. Trust your inner guidance. The time is right. All right, thank you, Stephanie. All right, Angel.
So today I march for our children and our children's children. We live in a world that is seemingly increasingly complex, increasingly chaotic, increasingly disparate. But we can't forget what is at the heart, the simplicity that is at the heart of us as people. And that's empathy and the power of positive thinking and joining together with others in the power of positive thinking. That's why I came today. In the 1980s, when I was at university in Victoria, we marched as part of a global movement against apartheid. And apartheid as a system is no longer. So we can change things, but we have to change ourselves first and feel that empathy for others inside us.
A big thank you to Anne for organizing.
And I have to tell you, I think I mentioned back at the other park that I've been thinking for long and hard about going down for one of the marches in the States. I'm a dual citizen. I've lived here since 2006, but been deeply troubled by the events that are happening in the world right now. And I wanted to go down to it, and I just kept thinking I'll just be one of a gazillion other people. And then when I saw that these marches were happening all over the world, I just bolted out of bed on Wednesday morning and said, I think I'm going to organize a march. And literally in about 2 hours, I had that little site going. And, there's been glitches and some misinformation that have been out. But thank you all so much for coming, and thanks for spreading the word. I couldn't have, I'm just one person, but you guys all showed up. So that was cool. The next part of this is we have a little, we're going to sing it a little bit. Is that okay? You guys, this is Bill's Mav, and he's here to be our accompanist when we sing at the end of the thing. So thank you so much.
Can I speak?
Absolutely. I thought you were going to play.
Just on what Jill was saying, I think that if we look into the scriptures, we'll find that in Kings in particular, there were many kings that did evil in the sight of the Lord. And it took a long time before people were actually recognized, let's say, in the Christian life. I think that I was very happy to hear that you did this thing, but I was also very, very glad to hear that this isn't a protest. What we have to do is pray for our leaders, pray for wisdom, that they will do the right things, know what the right things are to be done, but neither can we stand up and obey false prophets. So, to me, it all comes down to a very simple thing, 4 words, and they also come from the scriptures, generally associated with the Christmas season. But you have hope, peace, love, and the greatest of those, of course, is love. And I thought, where would you see that? Is it on top of some mountain? Is it in a great city? No, it's not. You take a look at the very simple image of a woman nursing a baby. At her breast, aren't all of those things right there? Simple, straight. That's what it should be all about. We're all people. Men and women, we're all people. But we are all people. We feel the same. And I was so glad to hear some of the speeches in the inauguration yesterday. The one that sticks in my mind in particular is that your skin color doesn't matter. Your sexual orientation doesn't matter. You all bleed red. Thank you, Anne, for doing this. It is just very special that you'll stand up and I don't play guitar too well, but Peter plays harmonica pretty good.
Thanks, Bill. Are you guys playing Amazing Grace right now, or are you gonna play some other stuff?
You can play Amazing Grace.
We got a couple other things I want to say first, and then maybe we can do some singing right at the end. Is that okay?
Exactly.
Sound good? Okay, just because we have a wonderful poem too that we'd like to read and some other stuff too. And
For sure.
then we can do a few songs at the end. I think that'd be great. All right. So, Leslie, if it's okay with you, I was going to read kind of your little foreword because I thought that was really wonderful. And then after that, I was thinking maybe you could come up. So we have with us today Leslie Davidson, and I don't know if any of you know her. She is an amazing force for good in the universe. She recently was just awarded the nonfiction prize from the CBC. Prize for 2016, and has also written a spoken word piece. She also wrote me a nice little foreword because I was getting all nervous about what I was going to say here, and it's just absolutely beautiful. And it has to do with like this hashtag Why I March. If you go to the website, you'll see I'm going to hand out the information afterwards. There's all these people putting this in front of their face and saying why they're here. And so you can think about that. But I'll let this person. Might be helpful. Softened up and she's going to be in hand. Okay, so without further ado, why I march. We walk for those who came before to honor their courage in the fight for equality for all people. We walk for those who come after to make sure there will be a place for them, whatever the color of their skin, that there will be a world in which they can freely choose how and whom to love, how to worship or not to worship. We walk to ensure that there will have the freedom to non-violently express their beliefs and vision for the world. We walk for the future of our planet. We walk for our past and for our future, and we walk for ourselves today because despair can only defeat us if we do nothing. This is our something, our love for each other, our walk away from fear, our walk away from anger, our walk away from what divides us, our walk toward hope, our walk toward commitment, and our walk toward tolerance, our walk together, our walk to light the dark.
My hands might shake a little bit if you're concerned. I have Parkinson's, so if you're worried about my nerves, blame it on the Parkinson's. If you're worried about the Parkinson's, you can blame it on the nerves. I tried to learn this by heart, but it's not completely there, so I will have to reference the paper. It's called 3 Feminist Minutes. I do use the word rage in it, and I am not an angry person, and I don't believe that anger solves our problems. But it works for me in this piece, and I also want you to think of things that are all the rage, that are popular and embraced, and by things that are outrageous, because I think in this world we need to be willing to go to that outrageous place. Gloria Steinem says that aging women are the only group that grow more radical. And perhaps I am attesting to that here today. It's called 3 Feminist Minutes.
Women of a certain rage protest the notion that burning bras was the definer of our cause. It was symbolic liberation at the birth, the loud gestation of a revolution that told the world we had brains as well as breasts and wombs, we were larger than kitchen tombs. Of a struggle that continues to see our sisters, mothers, daughters from Afghanistan to down the street, silenced in their yearning to seek justice. It is just this. When girls in schools are burned for defying the tradition that demands that they stay hidden, we are none of us all right. When the child torn from home and culture is blamed for all she cannot do or be because there was no one to love or teach her, we are none of us all right. When hate and greed walk hand in hand, and violence becomes the stand we take when you and I do not agree, oh loved one, don't you see? None of us are free. When ignorance elects a narcissistic prick who thinks that he can stick his mitts wherever on our bodies he deems fit, it makes us sick. We did not march for this. It never was, it never will be just about the bras. Women of a certain rage see sad irony and travesty when majesties like Sojourner Truth and Harriet Tubman are less well known than some Kardashian. Do you know Emily Snow? How about Nellie McClellan, or the famous five? Women who were alive to all the bitter truth of an existence that denied equality, and their persistence made history are her story too. And they are buried in those books unless we liberate them. We inflate them back to size and place them, warts and bloomers, faults and pride, back on the stage of mother courage with all the other wondrous, valiant, long gone and forgotten women of a certain rage. Women of a certain rage teach our daughters and our sons the lesson of their infinite worth upon this battered, fragile, finite earth. We celebrate diversity in all its wondrous manifestations, womanifestations, gay and les and bi festations. We sing the beauty of every color, culture, creed, and this is what we need: to love one another, to seek the person in the other, to stick our hands deep into the mess and hold the unlovely and the unloved in a selfless love's caress. Our poet sang, there is a crack in everything, that's how the light gets in. We women of a certain rage, we shout, see all our broken places, that's where our light shines out. For in us lives the wisdom that this too shall pass, and time will come. As morning comes and sorrows yield to mirth, there is a joke in everything. The wise clown knows it, and the witch, and cackling wild, we cry honor for that loudmouth bitch, the one who will just not sit down. We have not seen it all, but we've seen much. Our hands have learned the touch that heals, and if you tear our hearts, we mend, because our mothers taught us how to sew. And when you hear our laughter, know that women of a certain rage forgive, outlive all the hurts that tried to shape us into something less. We are who we were meant to be, and growing on until we rest, and we shall rest in our wild and hallelujah blessedness. We women of a certain range. Amen.
Sing
Peter. Right, so, and if anybody has anything else, you guys want to hear one more song? What's that? Oh, you want to sing it? Okay, whoever knows that song, go ahead. Here we go. Do you know it? What's it called?
I'm mad at myself because Fiona